talked about the sampling techniques, and we talked about the 8 types, like for the 4 probability types for techniques for probability sampling and 4 types of techniques for non-probability sampling. We said for simple random sampling, every individual has an equal chance of selection. For systematic, we determine a specific interval, and then we start collecting, like after each like 3 people or after each 4 people, we are going to select a sample. For cluster sampling, we are going to select the population, like we divide the population based on geographic locations, okay, where we can find the population exactly. For stratified sampling, we divide the population into subgroups based on key characteristics like demographics or salary scales or like socioeconomic status or different things. And also for non-probability sampling, we're going to use like either convenience. For convenience, like that's mean the people you can easily find, okay, or available to you. You just pick them and you select them. For purposes sampling, like we select, you have to determine specific criteria, and then you start selecting the people based on these criteria. For quota, it is similar to stratified, where you divide the population into subgroups, and then each of these subgroups, maybe you determine a specific number of people you want to collect. Maybe like from this subgroup I'm going to collect 50, and from the other subgroup maybe I'm going to collect like 20 or something. Okay, this is depend on these characteristics within the population. Maybe like the population have like 40% male and 60% female. So we say like you divide the population either males and females, and then you select like around 20 males and like around 25 females. Okay, and then you start picking the sample until each subgroup is full. The last of non-probability sampling is snowball, and we talked about snowball is that the current participants are the one who is going to recruit new ones from their personal networks. Like the person you are studying now, he is the one who is going to find another sample from its own personal networks. This is with regard to the sampling techniques, where there is also another important question, like how might the choice of sampling method impact the generalizability of findings? Okay, like why? Like will the choice of sampling method affect the generalizability of the sampling or not? When we talk about the 4, like there is like around 5 main points here we can in order to answer this question. The first is that probability sampling, okay, increases representativeness or the generalizability and the validity of the result. If you have a random sample, okay, the random sample, it helps you generalize the results to a wide range of population. But when you use non-probability sampling, that means you limit the generalization because you have a very small sample you are studying. Okay, and when we talk about sample diversity, this is mainly like with regard to the clustering. If you are going to divide the population into clusters, or you're going to do stratified to divide into subgroups based on characteristics, the diversity of the sample, it will help you ensure that the sample is representative of the population, so that we can generalize the findings. And also another important point, which is about sampling bias. Okay, if as we said, non-probability sampling, the bias is there is a high chance of bias. So bias can distort result and reduce the applicability to other groups or the generalizability of the results. And also if you have large sample, if you have a large sample, that means you are going to have a better reliability and better confidence that the sample you selected is and the results you find could be generalized to the large population. So that means if you are using a probability sampling, you are going to have better chances of generalizability. Non-probability sampling will reduce the generalization. The diversity of the sample will ensure the generalization, the bias reduces the applicability,